Y'all already know who I am. Wanted to get this one in before I go ahead and finish doing what I'm doing. Getting ready for tomorrow. I want to talk about a few things. There are a lot of coattail riders. Especially boxing fans. We've seen it when Pacquiao came around. We've seen this behavior. So it's not surprising to us what's actually transpiring out here. It's not surprising. Used to it. It's no biggie. But I do want to point out a few things. I do want to do that. Because I don't want people to believe like this is a we hate Boots Ennis video. We don't. I think he's a young, up-and-coming fighter who needs about 2 years of work before we could start putting him in categories that we're already putting him in. This guy is 27-0 with 24 knockouts, and we probably know 2 of the people he fought. You understand what I mean? Where did these people come from? To get him up to 27-0 with 24 knockouts. Now, we're going to continue. They're not going to send this out because it's a boxing video. For some reason, I don't know what it is. If I talk boxing, they don't want to hear it. Well, let's speak on it. Boots Ennis I've seen him fight once in the amateurs. That's it. Besides that, I didn't see anything special there. But he's a rangy southpaw, got good height. He has decent power, but he makes a lot of mistakes. But this is mistakes that could be fixed with a lot of work and just seeing different styles. But already, you have people saying he's stronger than Errol. He's a better fighter than Errol because of the way he fight. Errol can't do nothing about his jab. Here's the thing, and this is a habit from PBC and how they keep making their money. They'll take a C-rated fighter, build him up, and keep feeding him tomato cans. Then they'll take another C-rated fighter, build him up by feeding him tomato cans. And then all the boxing fans will start screaming, man, them two gotta fight. Man, I'm like, dog, they both been fighting tomato cans. So when they fight each other, they gonna see who's the top of the C-rated fighters. That's it. They C-rated fighters. And PBC been doing this to y'all since their existence. I've been watching it and I'm like, are they really finna put Danny Garcia in this ring again? When Errol, I'm like, what are they doing? He just fought Mikey Garcia. Now they done dug up another Garcia, Keith Thurman, all these fools. They C-rated fighters. Danny is a good fighter. He's not an outstanding fighter. He fights like an amateur fighter, but he's a 140 fighter. Anything above 147, he's grass. But he can't make 140. And unfortunately for him, he can only fight small welterweights because Danny can't do it. Now Boots Ennis his head is getting a little big. You know, because of the hype train, everybody else is packed. They went hook, line, and sinker. They all in on Boots. Boots is it, man. He got, man, his style, everything. I'm like, I like his technique. I like the fact that he's active and works. Sometimes he's too active. He does too much movement. His chin is too high. He throws his right hook. He's too wide open when he throws his right hook. He does that against a smart fighter, he's in trouble. He's got to tighten up. He's got to shorten up on some of the shots. Seems like he's telegraphing a lot of his punches just to land a big, strong left. Smarter fighters like Crawford would eat him apart. And y'all guys will keep pushing that. You keep pushing him towards Terrence, and Terrence get in that ring with him, he'll show you what Boots is. He's a young fighter on the up and coming, but let him prove himself first. Let him fight Ortiz first. You know, give him a measuring stick. This guy has not faced all the different styles I feel he needs to face. They're putting him in all these showcase fights to make him look good. And yeah, Sergey Lipinets and all those, that guy is too small, 140 guy, going up at 47 fighting this guy. His matchup was a bad matchup. Who didn't know that was going to happen? Thomas Delorme, the only two names that he fought that we really know. What was going to happen there? It's Thomas Delorme. No, the thing is, they'll get him a belt. You can get anybody a belt now. But once again, PBC is selling y'all something when they haven't done anything. They did the same thing with the Charlos. Charlos ain't did damn diddly squat, but they keep selling them to you like they world beaters. And it's like, well, damn, fight somebody, right? And now here we are telling Errol, man, fight somebody. Here we are telling everybody to fight somebody. That seems to always be on the PBC side because they keep fighting in-house. Yeah, Spence is going to 154 because he really was a 154 fighter. He can't fight at 47, but ain't nobody at 54 for him. Plus, if he fought a real 54 fighter, he gonna get knocked out again. That's what made him go down to 47, because he's getting his bell rung at 54. The guy who's supposed to be the tune-up fight is tuning him up. Because when he fights, it's like a knockout, drag-out fight. I'm telling y'all, PBC is, I give them credit for that. They know how to get the suckers. They get y'all suckered in, boy. You got everybody, every day somebody telling me about Boots Ennis. Man, Boots Ennis, man, he the truth. I mean, since Floyd, man, you know, he the new Roy Jones. The new Roy Jones. He don't even fight like Roy Jones. God damn it, y'all, man. Where y'all be getting this stuff from? Where y'all get this from? Canelo is fighting real people. Y'all fighting, they fight nobody. Can somebody fight Boo Boo Andrade? Can you please fight one person before you call out another champion? Go fight Danny Jacobs. Go fight any of these guys. Where are these dudes at? I ain't seen Danny Jacobs since Canelo beat him. Again, y'all talking about Canelo, but Canelo's the one fighting. Canelo done fought 4 times in 1 year. These dudes fighting 1 time every 2 years, but acting like they avoid it. Boots Ennis, if they keep pushing this kid and hyping his head up and he keep believing the hype, he gonna get hurt. He's gonna get hurt. And then once he do, y'all gonna be, oh man, he got rocked. It's gonna happen. Once he fight a skilled fighter, he's in trouble. If PBC gets real stupid, and put that boy in when he ain't ready, y'all gonna see some magic. See, another fool. Maybe down 5 years, 6 years, maybe 10 years down the road, maybe. Not fighting the way he fight now. He ain't gonna beat no Crawford like that. I watched the video. Thank you for hitting the like button. Appreciate that. I remember watching a video, man. Somebody's trying to explain to me how Boots can beat Terrence Crawford. He's stronger than Terrence Crawford. Okay, he's stronger than Terrence Crawford. He's got the size, he's got the jab over him. So Terrence is beat now because he's got the jab over him. And just his height, his reach, he faster than Terrence Crawford now. Apparently that's the case from this guy. He's a more accurate puncher, all this stuff. I'm listening to all this garbage. Terrence Crawford is the most accurate boxer, more skilled boxer, and can adjust to people's styles, different styles in the ring. We have yet to see that happen with Boots. He's always been the bigger guy. But in 27 fights, I can't name any fight of interest. Well, I can say Boots had a challenge. Now they got some guy that looked like doggone Too Sweet from Penitentiary calling him out for a fight. I'm like, well, he been calling him out. Go fight him. Because, hell, he been calling you out. Might as well just go fight him. Put some people on your resume. But more importantly, get some experience. You're 27-0 with 24 knockouts. But who are you knocking out? The former gym teacher? Oh, that's what gets me. Mostly I was on the Errol train. And said, you know what? We're going to get off the Errol train right now because we think he kind of done. So now we going to roll over. We ain't going to go to Crawford. Just can't say Crawford because everybody else will be right. We going to roll over to this guy, Boots. He went from being the next Floyd Mayweather to now he's Roy Jones. I'll tell you, boy, the people's stupidity is it's far, far too great. You see what happened when they feed people tomato cans? People start thinking they better than what they really are. and then they run into some adversity. And once they hit that adversity for the first time in their life, they're in an adverse situation, they panic. Everybody says people's fault. They go, man, that's people's fault, man. Because people be asking for this. And then what happened, then they ain't asking for it no more. I don't even talk about all that stuff no more because I see what people do. They do it for fascination. A guy have a WBC title belt as his logo and put his name in there. And because of that, they're an expert on boxing. Boots Ennis telegraphs his punches. He moves too much, actually. It's too much movement. Keeps his head straight in the air. His right hook is very weak, and he throws it way too wide. His footwork isn't that great. It's decent, but he's more flat-footed than anything. He makes it's like amateur mistakes. It's mistakes you make when you're an amateur. So you expect these mistakes to be made when you see an amateur fight. But a pro will catch on to some of those tendencies. The more you fight people with different styles, the more you adjust to it. And your skill starts to strengthen. See, this is what made Floyd Mayweather who he was. You guys didn't know the fights he was fighting, but he was fighting awkward southpaw. He had tomato cans, but he also fought Cubans. He also fought all these different styles so that when you see him in the ring as a pro, he can handle them. He had that at the amateur rankings. And this amateur rankings now, it's like garbage. It's like a sewer dumpster compared to what boxing used to be 20 years ago. This guy probably never saw a Cuban fighter a day in his life. But I want to see what he does when he can't just bully his way through. When the bully yourself tactic, it no longer works for you. What are you going to do then? He hasn't fought anyone yet, and everybody crowning him. Because that's what we do. They know how to get you. They know how to hook you. These people been doing this stuff for years. You think they don't know how to get you on the hook? Oh, they'll get you on that hook. You going on that hook. course he had. I haven't reviewed your boxing film. I probably haven't seen it. You know what I do in a day? In 24 hours? I probably won't be going to sleep for another 6-7 hours. Errol versus Bud in 2022? Nope. I don't. Because I don't see Errol Spence being that guy anymore, because
thank you so much.
They can make money putting him in. I see him fight Boots before he fight a Bud. PBC gonna want Crawford to come on board. But why? Why would they want that? Why would they be itching for that? Because they can keep all the money. It's always about the money. I'm tripping, Trey. How am I tripping? Because I tell you about hype jobs. I told you about all these dudes. We don't know what Errol's gonna look like. Boots is he's filling in at 147. But I don't, the way he's moving up, strengthening up at 147, if he can make the weight, he'll beat up who? Danny Garcia. They're gonna feed him Danny Garcia, Mikey Garcia. You get the formula. They're not gonna put Errol in there with Boots did next year. Boots are he's gonna get a title shot against somebody. Now, if they want to put Boots in there with Terrence Crawford next year, okay. But Terrence don't have protection no more. He a free agent. So he's gonna have to knock Boots out, which I think he can do. I know he ain't. But you listen to these guys. Listen to these guys. They got all the answers. Boots Ennis is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Nobody better than Boots Ennis. He's the future. YouTube. Boots Ennis. People are saying that he could beat Jermell Charlo right now. Now, I don't mind people getting excited about boxing and getting excited about fighters. But do you even know what to look for to see if a fighter is good, they make mistakes, what they do in the ring, the whole nine? Do you even see it? I see it. Okay, go back and look at the fight where he fought the midget. He fought Lipnitz. Now, when he fought Lipnitz, this is an easy fight for Boots. This guy is flat-footed, really 140 pounds, and shot, really. He can knock him out. Look at this hook. This is a complete arm punch. Wide. Trying to get through the guard. That wasn't as bad as his normal bad left hooks. He telegraphed all his punches. No feints. All telegraphed. He stepped back really good. Pop shot just to touch him. Yeah, you're no threat with this little guy here. He's a shot older fighter. Everything is just to sell that left. See? All he wants to do is land the power shot. He's not even sticking a jab out there. Just wants him to come in. Now, this is where Terrence will hurt you. Too much movement. Terrence Crawford would hurt this man. Boom. See, look, he's looking to tee off right there. He got the rangefinder, using his jab as a rangefinder. Lipnitz saw it coming because that's all he does is telegraph his punches. He misses. He goes to the body. He gets hit up top. He's going to take a headbutt and a short right hand. Right here. Bang! Right there. Now, when he take that shot, look at his legs. Oh. That's a buckle. That's a buckle, ladies and gentlemen. It's a buckle. That's a buckle right there. Now, if that's a skilled fighter, like a bigger fighter, that's a little something else is going to happen. But nobody sees this. Nobody sees this stuff but me. But okay. All right. I'm making something out of nothing, right? He tripped. Well, he was getting his head pulled. So a lot of fighters was in the gym before they could walk. And then when they started walking and got in the gym and got in the ring, they got flatlined. So I'm trying to tell you, it is what it is. Oh, when Suge saved Tupac from drowning? Oh, okay. That's what's up. He said that no one knew. We all know. Well, we all knew about that. Maybe he thought nobody knew. Well, he been locked up for a minute now. He's got great athleticism. I tell you, the kid he's got some tools. He's got a lot of tools that could work for him, but he's not world class yet. He's not. He'll beat a lot of PBC fighters. But if you put Bud Crawford in the ring with this kid, Bud is gonna get a real first class education. Because Bud gonna put it on him. Bud will put it on him. I'm not rooting against him. I'm just saying he's not ready yet. He needs a lot of work. Talking about he could beat the Charlos. Maybe. That's a maybe. I need to see him fight somebody to really say, okay, let him fight that, what's that, Virgil Ortiz. Put him in the ring with Virgil Ortiz. Now we get to see what he's made of. Because there you're going to be tested. And then you're going to know what can you do, adjustments that you're going to have to make in a fight like that. Sean Porter, the one that Bud Crawford just knocked out, right, and put him in the retirement home, said that Boots Ennis is ready. Ask him, is Boots Ennis ready for Terrence Crawford? By you saying Sean Porter is a world-class fighter, you don't know what a world-class fighter is, sir. Porter was already done? Really? By whom? He just whooped Errol. So what are you talking about? Porter is a garbage pail fighter. He grabs his bucket and his hard hat and he go out there and start digging. Wow. Football fighting. He's never been a smart, intelligent fighter. He's somebody that came over from the football field. And he made more money doing this than football. He's a very good human being, very good person. So I don't take anything away from him there. But he's not a world-class fighter, no. Well, that's PBC's feeding you their leftovers. Danny Garcia could no longer make 140 pounds. And he's a great guy. I like Danny. But Danny is not a welterweight. He just isn't. He's a 140-pound fighter. Fighting out of his weight class. Very similar to another fighter who was fighting out of his weight class. Errol Spence. But think about it. Who have they beaten? The same PBC buddies. All they was doing was on fights. Bums fighting bums. You know, how many times did they fight the Riverside Rocky? Everybody kept fighting the Riverside Rocky. He kept making money too, getting these fights in the PBC. And you was like, man, this Riverside Rocky dude, he didn't fought Canelo, he didn't fought everybody. He keep getting fights. Chris Arreola, he keep getting fights. He don't get wins, he just be in a fight. He was like, if I lose, I'm going to retire. It's like, why retire? PBC going to find a fight for you. Just get in there. All Danny Garcia's big victories are at 140 pounds. When he got to welterweight, his losses are against who? Big natural welterweights. Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, and Errol Spence. Guys who are really 154, but sweat down to fight at 47. Out of all of them, the person that had the most skill in their skill set was Errol. Keith, his problem was the scales. He was a hard puncher because he's really a middleweight, sweating down 2 weight classes. That made him powerful in the beginning because he was beating up on small guys. But now, the divisions are so messed up, you can't figure out who's good and who's bad, and those guys are good. That's why those guys overseas come in and start smacking y'all around. Because they're actually really good while y'all fighting cupcakes. PBC kept feeding Anthony Joshua all his victories. They found one guy I had never seen before, some brother with a jerry curl. He was the heavyweight champion. I'm like, he finna defend his title against Anthony Joshua? This brother came out of nowhere and was the IBF champ. Then said, man, I ain't finna go for no more rematches. I'm gonna drop my album, my rap album. I'm like, what the hell? PBC, baby. They will find it. They will find a way to create something. Gervonta Tank Davis. I like Tank. But Tank been getting fed cupcake, spoon-fed fights. Every fight has been some type of close fight that it shouldn't have been. He looked really good against Leo Santa Cruz, who's fighting out his weight class. So Tank knocks him out. Tank's too big for Leo. Leo is too small for that weight class, and they know it. But he was having success, but eventually what happened. He got knocked out. Yeah, that's Keith One Fight Thurman. Once he got the championship, he wasn't hungry no more. He got money, got lazy. Then he started getting injured. When he decided, oh, I done ballooned up to 180, let me get in camp because I got a fight coming up. He only started training once he got a fight made. Then he got to spend his whole camp in a weight loss camp. Then that don't work. He end up getting injured. That's how you get injured. Being too out of shape. The most skilled fighter that they got in PBC is the guy that they don't want in PBC. Gary Russell Jr. He called out Leo Santa Cruz. He called out all the champions, the longest running champion they got. And they don't even try to promote him no more. And he'll walk through any fighter they got. Mr. Gary Russell Jr. will tear them apart. They ain't ready for him. Well, Errol got a problem on his hands because he got to fight Ugas. That was the fight he was supposed to fight Ugas that night instead of John Porter. That's a whole different type of fight. Now, Ugas ain't going to be able to knock him out. But he's going to get a Cuban education. That flat-footedness ain't going to work for you this time. You're going to have to get active because Ugas going to put some sting on you. He ain't no little welterweight either. He's a big boy. Stylistically, after your fight against Danny Garcia, I don't know what Errol gonna look like. He was looking bad in training camp for Manny Pacquiao. So many people thought that his injury was fake. People still feel like it's fake. I don't want to train boxing. Nate Jones is who you want to find for that. But I think Nate's in Dubai still. Mm-hmm. I remember they did the same thing for Floyd. Diego Corrales. He's scared of Diego Corrales. Mm-hmm. Well, you got to look at it like that. Didn't they say that Cotto was supposed to fight Mayweather? You remember that? Before Manny Pacquiao? Cotto and Mayweather. That was the fight. Floyd avoiding Cotto. Floyd asked for Cotto. Bob Arum wouldn't give him Cotto. He was like, nah, you can fight Margarito. Because he know Margarito's a big welterweight. And Margarito is basically had doggone railroad steel cast in both his doggone gloves. Mm. Well, if that's how you feel, you team Shakur Stevenson and Errol Spence Jr. Yeah, that's a bad team. Uh, Shakur Stevenson's got a lot of skill, but he's still green. I picked Jamel to beat him, but Jamel seems to be probably a little too old for him. Couldn't really get off that fight. He's been fighting at that weight class for a long time. Probably needs to go up a class. But the kid looked real big and strong at that weight class. So he deserved a victory. You know, it is what it is. But we'll see who they match him up with. And I'll tell you fight by fight with him. Because he's got skill and he's got potential, but he makes a lot of amateur mistakes himself. Someone else will be able to exploit it. Errol, I don't know. That's not a strong team, bro. I mean, you got a strong PBC team. Like, if PBC gonna keep Errol winning. But I'm telling you right now, this Ugas fight, that ain't a lot. They might give it to Errol anyway but I'm telling you, if people see Errol take a butt whooping and they raise Errol's hand and he just got his butt whooped, that ain't gonna be good for Errol. You know, I'm glad he's still just alive, period. And him to be able to come back to boxing after falling out of a car face first, thrown out of a car, you land on your face, going like 60 miles an hour. People don't normally survive that. And definitely come back to boxing. Mm-hmm. We shall see. Jake Paul. No, we talking about real fighting right now. We ain't talking about exhibitions. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Adrian Broner's a mess right now. PBC just be trying to keep him from going to jail. This dude he's just ridiculous with money. AB just not. It's outside life that get AB. You know, he can't balance both worlds. And he got ruined after the Madonna fight. Mm-hmm. Well, we'll see. We gonna see what it reads. It's Brooklyn in the house. Without a doubt, I'm the one with cloud everybody up about. Check them out. He need to fight that guy that's calling him out. That's who Boots Ennis needs to do. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Well, everybody gonna say that. Gilly gonna say it because right now, the guy's from Philly. So right now, that's the guy. Oh, here he is. This is the guy they want him to fight. The guy that looked like Too Sweet from Penitentiary. What's his name? Cobb. That's who we should fight. Him right there. Now I like Boots in that fight, but this is a fight where people will know the guy got in your face. Go on and take him on. Yeah, I remember that. But Errol don't want no parts of Boots. There's no reward in it for him. Oh no, Boots and what's his name, Shakur, they sparred. They sparred together. They work out together. See, Shakur Stevenson, no, he rolled with Boots. That's their little group right there. Now, if you say he the future of boxing, I have no problems with that. But overhyping is what I have a problem with. We got to stop overhyping people before they've done anything. You know, see, this is the problem. We overhyping before they've done anything. There's too much of that going on. You know, I think he's a young prospect. He's got some potential to do something, but he makes a lot of mistakes. He's amateur, but it could be fixed. You know, but he still ain't ready yet. Even though he's 27-0, they boost his record up with a bunch of tomato cans. You know, it's time to get now. You know, you got to get baptized by fire, because they running your mouth, running your name like crazy now. Boots, 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 boots. Okay, somebody gonna smoke your boots. Mm-hmm. Okay. We'll wait. I'm just like, let's wait and see. I wanted somebody to show and prove. That's all. That's all I'm saying.